Thousands.
Like, that's the next.
Thousands.
You're like, no, that's
1,000 subscribers. Jason will drink this whole bottle for you
we're not going back to high school and getting crazy. Hey everybody, welcome to Bourbon Branding. My name is Jason.
This is Dave.
And today we're super excited. This is a very special bottle for a very special reason. We kind of started this whole podcast really just because we like getting together and we like, drinking bourbon and we like talking. Yeah, just conversation in general. And you guys have brought us to, I think, 103 subscribers at the moment. So we had set out for a goal to get at least 100 subscribers.
Someday.
And when we got there, we were going to try the Willett Purple Top, which was a gift
From my brother-in-law, Scott, very, very generously bestowed this upon us.
I think we're like past one hand worth of gifts from Scott.
Scott, we love you. We're grateful. He even got us these awesome glasses.
I know. Yeah, these are super cool. So thank you again to Scott. But yeah, we're really excited to try this and give you our feedback. And
my wife said we should celebrate with our little...
All right, do you want to do that now? 100 subscribers?
Yeah, 100 subscribers.
Yay! Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the bourbon. Actually, I'll let you. This is your...
The baby?
Yeah. So as you guys know, the Willett Family Reserve Purple Top is, really, really hard to find, and when you do, it's usually secondary, and it costs, $800,000, $900,000 sometimes. I'm hoping Scott, you didn't. I mean, I'm happy either way, but I'm hoping you didn't spend.
It sounded like you said $800,000, $900,000.
Oh, not $900,000.
It's $1 million bottle.
$900, period.
We're loved, but not
that loved.
Not that much.
No. But yeah, most of the time you got to find this secondary because you can't. I mean, in Oregon, this is impossible.
Wait, did I pour us even?
I think it's.
We're
good.
pretty.
Okay.
We're pretty close.
But so this is also somewhat unique because this is actually the OHLQ, so the Ohio Liquor, and it's an exclusive. So it's the Ohio Liquor picked this out, and it is 2023, and is bottle 107 of 130. So only 130 of these bottles out there in the wild, and we have one of them. So not only is the Purple Top pretty rare and hard to find, but then this is an exclusive pick by Ohio Liquor. So pretty excited.
Yeah. And it's 141.6 proof. See, they give the half percentage, unlike our ratings.
Yeah, we don't do half ratings. But cheers.
Oh, that was beautiful.
So this one we are going to do something a little bit different. I think we're going to add some water to this probably after our first sip, or just because.
Let it open up a little.
It'll open up, yep, and it's going to be, 140 proof. This is probably the hottest thing we've drank on the show. And I just even smelling it.
There was Everclear in high school. That's
true. There are things that
is not the same. I don't advise it to people.
No. You can smell the proof.
Oh, yeah. But it has a really nice nose, though.
Yeah. I think cherries.
Warm autumn day. And the end of
I always love the super random notes that people get. I watch all these other videos and they'll be like, I get
mahogany desk at my grandmother's.
Yeah, some just totally random.
Wow, what's that smell? A cologne? No. Opportunity? No. Money. It's no money.
I get like Fruit Loops. I hear that one quite a bit. Like, I don't know what about it, but.
I gotta dive in, man.
All right, go, yeah. I think, I get cherry for sure. So there's fruit.
Wow. It's
Is it-
strong. It's
drink?
definitely hot. Definitely hot. But the flavor profile is really nice.
All right.
But it is hot. I will say that. Once you get past that initial shock of the 141 proof, because you definitely feel it,
Yeah.
it really eases out and it opens up in the flavor.
Yeah, interesting. Well, just a little bit, some feedback that I saw on just reading a couple comments about this is one, everybody says that it's super unique. Like there's kind of a unique flavor profile.
I could
it doesn't,
get that.
For a Kentucky straight bourbon, it doesn't just have your just straight vanilla or caramel. There's more happening in it. And I think, coming straight from the barrel, you're going to get that generally.
Oh, yeah.
I think I would agree with that. I mean, there's definitely, it's not just your very normal caramel or vanilla flavor profile. There's definitely
I taste the cherry.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I really taste the cherry in
this.
There's
like dark fruits or something.
Yeah, like midway through after that initial on the tip of the tongue, I definitely feel and taste the cherry. Speaking of cherries, we planted a cherry tree like 5 years ago at my house, and this year it yielded, like every year, that thing has been the bane of my existence, and I spray it and I'm like, just go away, and the bugs every year, like the Japanese, like they're like these little larvae that get planted in. It's really gross, so you'll open one up and there'll be bugs inside of it, and you're like, oh, I can't eat any of this. Every year it's the biggest disappointment. This year I sprayed it with like this natural pest killer stuff and no bugs, and so we got so many cherries. I filled like 4 of those like paper bags like 5 times plus full, and there's still cherries on the tree. It's just outrageous. I know we gave some to you guys. It's like, so when I think cherry, I have had an abundance of cherry lately in my life.
It's always nice to have fruit coming out of your own backyard though.
Oh yeah, we have like a fig tree, a cherry tree, an apple, pear, strawberries. Just all kinds of, no dragon fruit. That would be kind of cool. That's such a random.
A little random. No dragon fruit.
No dragon fruit.
No papayas.
No guava. I mean, but we're there. I feel like the precipice of success is fruit trees in your backyard. I guess, I don't know.
Well, you have pears, right?
We have all kinds. So we bought our house from a brewer, like a local brewer who owned
hops
it. Yeah,
and stuff like that.
He had like 40-year-old hops growing back there, and the studio that I work out of for our brand strategy firm, we inherited this huge outbuilding that my dad and I just converted and flipped it into kind of an office so I could live integrated, be at home with my wife and kids, but it's like when we got it, it had all these like pipes going everywhere for distillation or for brewing, and it had grain room in the back. It was pretty epic. And then the side next to the studio was all these wood planks so they could roll barrels, they said, which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So we're at 100 plus subscribers, which is, thank you guys. It's epic. And I know that's small. We're not Ryan Trahan. We're not dude. We're low barrel, but I feel like that's exciting for us, and
yeah, I mean we love doing it.
Yeah,
I mean it's an opportunity for us to just get together and hang out, and
we would do this anyways. We would drink whiskey and talk, and but now we just do it in front of the third person.
Yeah, and I think something we wanted to. I mean, obviously, thank you guys for watching and sharing the videos. Yeah, let's try that. We were thinking about, the the similarities between bourbon and making videos and trying to get them out into the world and trying to get in front of people. And there are a lot of similarities. I mean, this takes a lot of time. I think this is a 9-year bottle. But bourbon in general and whiskey and, it's a
lifelong commitment.
It's a passion project. It's something that these families, these companies love to do. And they have to put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and time into. And so, for us, it's kind of the similar. I mean, we don't do this daily. We don't do it, but, cutting a video and shooting it and finding a location and all of the different things, we put our kind of heart into and try to make good videos. Hopefully they're educational on a lot of different levels for you guys.
Or just nonsense of us talking, which is okay too. But I think it's like the late nights, so you guys don't see any of this, but it's filming on off hours because we both have full-time gigs that we're doing and families and life, and then finding time to film and to edit, maybe have a drink or two while we're editing, so Jason can get his cross dissolve on in the videos. So there's just a lot of love that goes into it, and we really appreciate the love back and the time that you guys have spent with us on these.
Yeah, 100%.
And we do, we've done a couple classes now where we've done whiskey tastings at different venues around town and have shared that love. And the cool thing that's different about our channel, there's a lot of whiskey channels out there, some really educated people who know way 10x what we do.
Way more.
But we never purported to that. Our whole goal was conversation first and friendship first and sharing something with other people that we enjoy and are learning about. And if you can just enjoy being a learner of something and be humble enough to just say, I don't know everything, but we're learning.
Yeah, and I think with every bottle we learn something new, and we, hopefully can pass on a little bit of knowledge to you guys. And we've enjoyed seeing the comments come in where you guys educate us or tell us that we don't, or tell us that we don't know what we're talking about, which is probably true in a lot of cases. But that's awesome. We learn from that as well. So, we hope this is enjoyable for you guys. We do have access occasionally to bottles that other people don't, but hopefully maybe you see this on the shelf. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna score it at the moment, but I'm not sure if this is like a $700 or $800 bottle of whiskey. I'm not sure if I'd ever pay that kind of money.
I don't know. But but
if you can find it for retail, $140, $150.
It's like a baseball card, right? Like it creates, like we talked about it on one of our last videos when we were talking about Pappy. There's like a mythology around bottles, and to be honest, for me, I know for you too, we've talked about the thrill of the hunt. Can it be found?
For sure.
So we'll go different places, we'll call each other. How many times have I been at the store in a random state or anywhere in the world and been like, Jason,
yeah, you just start sending me pictures.
What should I buy?
Just start texting me pictures. Yeah.
You send me that emoticon with the wide open eyes, and I'm like,
well, in Oregon, anybody that's watching this from Oregon knows that the selection is so limited. I mean, you're never going to get, unless you have an in with a liquor store or something.
Whiskey benefactor.
You're just, or somebody who owns a bar or, and shout out to Dennis and the Blind Tiger and Jefferson Spirits for letting us shoot down here. But you're just not going to get some of the really hard to find stuff. So you got to go out of the state, and then as soon as you go out of the state, you're going to probably pay secondary.
It's crazy how expensive it gets.
And so it's having the opportunity to taste rare bottles like this is super exciting for us. But
I was laughing. We went to last week. We went down to California with our families on a trip together, and we went to Costco just because we've heard you can get stuff at Costco and in bulk, and there were bottles in there that are super hard to find. They had shelves, Costco shelves, and big ones.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? How do they do this?
Come on, Oregon,
get it together. Get it together, LLC.
I know. It'd be nice if Costco or Trader Joe's or these places that you can go down to California and they have liquor, or every gas station, and we were seeing bottles of E.H. Taylor, and all
We're
these-
out of gas
and-
again.
we're out of
Shoot,
ga-
babe. I gotta go bathroom again.
We're at a gas station, and they got E.H. Taylor, they got Stag, they got all of these things. Now the Stag was like, I don't know, was it $400 or $500 or something? But and here in Oregon, if you can find a bottle of Stag, I think it's like $54 MSRP. So, but
not elsewhere.
no. But it's just funny. You can go into a random gas station and it's super hard to find, super rare bottles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I lived a long time in New Mexico, and then my wife and I lived in Nashville, Tennessee for a long time. And I remember you can go, except for on Sundays in Nashville, you can go into the grocery stores for sure in New Mexico and buy liquor.
Yeah.
It's just the bottles of Everclear when I was like, okay, that's the second time I've mentioned it, but in high school,
I mean, that's 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
More than 20.
But where are you hoping to take, where are we hoping to go with our channel would be something like, and you guys feel free to chime in. I think, what are your thoughts? Where are we hoping to go?
Well, I think a few things that we're going to try to implement more of. We just did an episode where we got to try Pappy 15, and we interviewed Dennis Clark, the owner of Jefferson Spirits and the Blind Tiger.
An entrepreneur in general.
Yeah, well, and I think that's something that's really piqued our interest, is trying to get business owners or entrepreneurs or people who are trying something, either maybe for the first time, or they've been somebody who starts things and they've been starting things for a long time. So trying to bring some people onto the set with us and just to pick their brain, and we have a few people lined up that aren't even bourbon drinkers, they aren't even whiskey drinkers, but we just want to kind of see how they arrived at where they are in life, and the businesses that they've started and the brands that they've created, and so I don't know if that interests you guys. Let us know, but or if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about, or different whiskeys that you might want us to try to find. But I think for the future, I think we're just going to continue to keep chatting and talking. But if we can bring in a third party, somebody to...
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to get different points of view on branding and business and life and all sorts of stuff. So
I was super intrigued by the conversation with Dennis that we had, and just his openness to share, and humility of he's a very successful person, but just sharing kind of how he arrived at different places, and in his kind of pragmatic approach to life. And I thought that was really interesting. And I think there's with bourbon, with wine, with fine crafted things, you sit down, you enjoy a conversation, and when you're able to have a conversation with somebody who you might not typically have one with, or maybe is more challenging to get in front of, I think that there's I want to say an equalizer in it, where it's just we can all mutually enjoy this one thing, have a conversation around it, and get to know each other. That's exciting, and I hope to do a lot more interviews, have a lot more people who with different points of view and backgrounds. And I mean, like I said, there's a lot of whiskey channels out there, and there's some really good ones. But as you guys have expressed to us, there's a lot of great whiskey channels, better ones than us, but I think from the beginning we set out, we wanted to meet with some amazing people and have great conversation.
Yeah. And I think that's what we're doing. I don't know. I mean, if we can add an extra person to get, more context, more perspective on certain things, then, more the merrier. I don't know.
And if we can drink good whiskey and at other people's expense.
I mean, it's a bonus for sure. That's a bonus.
Cheers twice.
Cheers, yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I think I'm ready to give my score. But I would say adding water. I don't get the cherry as much. The cherry taste.
No,
as
the
much.
cherry does go away. One thing I was going to ask you that I've noticed with this, on the tip of the tongue, there's almost and I don't know if it's like you can taste the alcohol on your teeth almost.
Yeah, it's even with water, it's
it's no nonsense.
It hits hard. It hits pretty hard. All right, so I am going to, again, just as a reminder, because we keep mentioning how hot it is 141.6 proof.
9 years.
70.8% by volume. So, first of all, this would not be a daily drinker just based on the proof point. And the rarity of it, like you're not going to get another bottle of this. I mean, this is a very, very special occasion bottle that you would share. I mean, if you ever come into town, I don't think I've met you yet in person. So when you come into town,
come on, Scott.
But I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, that you're not actually a bourbon drinker. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Scott's just a good guy. He's
just
got
a good guy all
got a lot of
around.
love for.
I mean, come on. All right. Well, then you can have your drink of choice, and then we'll open this up. But so it wouldn't be a daily drinker. I would drink it neat or with a couple drops of water. So I wouldn't put it like directly like with maybe with an ice cube. So actually, I'll switch that. I'm gonna do not a daily drinker. I'm going to do on the rocks, but with a single rock, just one slow.
That's nice.
Yep, and then I'm going to give it a 4. I think it's unique. It's different. I think even though it's really hot, it does. You do get multiple different flavors. You get kind of a front palate experience. You get. A whole mouth feel it's kind of burny, but it's not bad. And then, you get that back palate and the whole experience in general. So, I
think that's a very fair score.
I'm going to go 4.
So, we talk about the experience a lot of drinking, like the mythos around the experience of drinking these, and I think there totally is. Do you think, before I give my rating, do you think a rating on a bourbon could change depending upon the conversation you're having with the people that you're drinking and enjoying it with?
Yeah, 100%. I think
that's so interesting. How many things, and it's like music. It's like art and music and anything else. Like you might hear a song, played on the radio at a grocery store, and you might not have the same depth of experience that you have when you're you broke up with your girlfriend and you're crying in yourself in your car. It's a different experience, and the connection is different. Humankind, this is why it's so hard to base things purely on data. People are just so driven by unique experience and emotion.
Yeah.
It's interesting, which is why I love what I do, by the way. But I would say for this, it's really hot, which I don't tend to gravitate towards super hot things.
Right.
I will enjoy them, but I would give this an ice cube for sure. I think it just to cool it down, in a nice big rocks glass. One single rock would be great for it. If I could drink it more often, I would, but I don't again. I almost think it would lose a little bit of its luster if you drank it every day. And to be honest with you, drinking anything every day is challenging. So,
there's always say, every day.
Yeah, there's a few, and I also think I would give it a 4 too. I mean, it's the taste quality is exceptional.
Yeah.
But I think because it's so hot, I think I would be challenged to give it that 5 because I probably wouldn't drink it every day. So I would say, on the rocks. Not an everyday drinker, special occasion drinker. We should have a pin for that. Picture this, special occasion, and or 103 subscriber drinker, and I would give it a 4.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a really fair score. I think it deserves. I think it's a very strong 4.
And I think it's elevated. It's like one of those bottles that I agree with you. You don't pull. There's some bottles that sit at the back of my cabinet, and I'm like, I'll pull this out for friends, close brothers that I really care about. Jason comes over and he's like, I want some. I'd be like, sure. But you don't pull it out for it's Sunday night. I've had a long week,
right. Yeah, and and there's some bottles that are readily available that I do that with as well. Just because you might be able to get them at the liquor store pretty regularly, but it just has something in your mind, or I've had an attachment to Woodford Reserve for a long time just because it was the first bottle I ever drank, or first sip of whiskey I ever had, and Is it the most exciting, bottle ever? No, but I always have a bottle
That's fair.
kind of like available and ready, and I still enjoy it. I actually enjoy it more now than I did when I first started drinking. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought when I first tried it, I thought this was not good at all. I did not enjoy it. It was really weird. But now I appreciate all the different complexities that Woodford Reserve.
And you
kind
can
of,
get it at Costco in California in a
In
handle,
gigantic
full-on handle.
bottles,
Like
yes.
you could buy it there.
It was crazy, yes. But
Why you need that?
Yeah. So I really appreciate your point about the different settings. I think we've watched a lot of videos. We've even done blinds where if we did a blind and we scored it blind, we might score it totally different. But
I would agree. Yeah.
Sitting here chatting, celebrating our 100 subscribers. I think it deserves a 4, but if we did it blind against other really high proof whiskeys, I don't know. But
it's good.
it is good.
It's
It is
good.
very good. So,
And if you can find it,
yeah.
by all means, grab a bottle of it for sure. Like I don't know if it'll be the OHLQ
No,
release.
it won't be,
I mean, that's
very unlikely you'll get the OHLQ. But if you can find the purple top, it's at a reasonable price. I think it's worth picking up and having a bottle on your shelf. So,
absolutely.
all right, guys, thank you so much. We would do this anyway, but we do appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. It does help us out. It does get the videos out there to the public more and more.
What would we do for 200 subscribers?
I don't know. I think we set our sights higher though. I say we go like 1,000. 1,000 subscribers.
Thousands.
That's the next.
Thousands.
You're like, no, that's
1,000
too far.
subscribers. Jason will drink this whole
No,
bottle
I'm
for
not,
you
we're not
without.
we're not going back to high school and getting crazy. But we will do something, maybe for 200 or.
There'll be more party poppers.
Yeah, there'll definitely be a lot more. If we can get to 1,000, that would be unbelievable. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think about the Willett Family Reserve, and we will catch you on the next one.
See ya.